I need to apologize for my lack of content recently. I've been incredibly busy with real life, and unfortunately that got in the way of things. You know how it is. Family, friends, social gatherings. I've been playing Halo Reach. I don't want to say that I've been playing it as much as other members of the community because that would be patently untrue, but I have been playing it for a fair amount for a few different reasons. The most immediate reason would be that it is Halo Reach in both a beautifully smooth frame rate and crisp resolution, and because, you know, it's an official Halo release on PC. We don't get those very often, and even when we do, they seem a little bit mobile-y, if you know what I'm saying. But during my time revisiting Reach, I got a vibe for the new progression system for the MCC, and today I would like to take a few minutes of your time to discuss why I feel like it needs a bit of tweaking.
My weapon is empty. Really?
Your mama does tricks with fish and monkeys.
Yikes!
Progression in video games is often what keeps players coming back for more on a regular basis, and it works. Especially if there is something worthwhile in that pot of gold at the end of the virtual rainbow. But sometimes things don't always work out the way that they were intended to, and it comes across feeling like more of a monotonous grind that we do out of pure habit. I found myself doing this with Destiny 2 after it released on Steam not too long ago. The game is fun, but it took me far too long to realize that I was developing a habitual playstyle of doing the same thing over and over again to get rewards that never really satisfied me. And it doesn't help that I would basically dump every piece of loot that I got in favor of something else not too long after. Do I feel like the Master Chief Collection has this issue? No, not exactly. All I'm saying is, in some areas, I feel like we're gonna step in the wrong direction, specifically for the rewards aspect of this system. But 343 seems to be very interested in feedback on the progression, and that's why I'm making a video about this. Hopefully somebody at 343 watches this, and I don't know, maybe I can help out. I have no idea. Now, if you haven't had the chance to play the MCC update yet, you might not be aware of what I'm talking about. Basically, the Master Chief Collection now has a Battle Pass-like progression system. We are currently on Season 1, and the cosmetic items from Halo Reach act as the rewards for Season 1 progression. You unlock the items in the order that is presented in the season list. It's standard fare when it comes to this. You've got your average items at the start, and the more coveted items in the higher levels. This is somewhat different to the original Reach. In OG Reach, you could buy whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, provided that you had the credits to do so, but there were also some items that were locked behind ranks. For example, the Mark 6 helmet cost 300,000 credits, but it required you to be at the rank of Brigadier before you could see it in the customization menu. And Brigadier itself required a collective amount of 1.4 million credits. Part of me does wish that we could use the season points on whichever item that we wanted, but just like OG Reach, how some items lock behind specific ranks. I'm not sure if that would be doable, but it could be worth experimenting with if possible. I'm thinking about this because ultimately I don't like the current system too much. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't like it either. And with the amount of ranks that we'll be going through as more seasons roll out, it would be cool to see if the community can provide some feedback and help refine it in a more satisfying way. You see, the way that the ranks work in MCC is kind of similar to the competitive skill ranks of Halo 5, but this time it's based entirely on XP count and not individual skill. There are 30 ranks and 11 tiers in the MCC. This is an important difference. New players will all start at Tier 11, Rank 1. In order to complete one tier, you need to complete all 30 ranks. At that point, you'll be reset back to the first rank, which is Rookie. And as your tier progression moves forward, your rank emblem will begin to look more and more extravagant as it progresses through Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, and finally, Diamond. To put this into perspective, if you were to complete all 100 levels in Season 1, you would be midway through the second silver tier, which would be this one. If any of that seems at all confusing to you, don't worry, I've enlisted the help of LS Mark to help explain it better.
I don't know anything about Halo.
Thank you very much, Mark. Always a pleasure. My only concern with how this system works is the grind that the game is implying. If all 11 tiers consist of 30 ranks, that's a total of 330 levels to beat. And that XP gap is sure to increase through the tiers just as it does each time you level up. A saving grace for this was something that I was worried about, but happy to learn that it wasn't the case. When you do in fact beat rank 30, your XP requirement for the next rank drops down substantially. Basically what I'm saying is the XP required to progress to the next rank is reduced until you get to, the higher ranks as you go along, just like the first time around. If I had to guess, it's probably still a bit higher than what it originally was. For example, if Tier 11 Rookie was 3000 XP to the next rank, then Tier 10 may be something like 3500 XP. Again, not sure if this is the case, but might be. I'm just guessing to account for the difficulty. But it seems very reliant on a long grind, and I'm not sure if most people are going to stick around for that. It's been a long time since I managed to unlock everything in OG Reach, so I don't remember much about that grind, if it was more strenuous than this or not. But all I can say about this system is that I'm feeling very done and exhausted with it even now, and I've only just broke level 30. I think the main reason for this exhaustion and frustration is because of the XP cap. It's a good thing to have for sure, but it doesn't feel properly balanced at all. For disclosure, I did some experimenting on 2 alternate accounts and I found that I can sweat and stomp as much as I want and I can get that 8,000 XP cap for performance, and sometimes I'll get 8,000 XP for teamwork, and that'll give me anywhere between a 12 to 16,000 XP payout. So I can play super well and get a decent payout. Fair enough. But then I go on the other account and I do the bare minimum that I can, and I mean the bare minimum, and I am still rewarded with largely the same amount. In fact, you seem to get rewarded for doing a whole lot of nothing in the MCC. That's what a large group of players seem to think anyway, because in almost every lobby you enter into matchmaking, you're seeing players pulling this shit. I can't tell if these people are lazy and don't want to play, or if they're just convinced that they can beat what, for now, appears to be a system ripe for exploit. The official word from 343 seems to be to report these players, and that's an understandable move, but I'm encountering these players in almost every game. And my personal patience for reporting everyone doing this is running out. If people feel like it's more convenient and rewarding to stand in one area of the map spinning like a tit in a trance, they're gonna do it. That isn't necessarily a problem with the ranking system, but it's definitely a problem within the game, and it does need to be addressed fairly soon. And finally, this is going to be a personal point because I feel like I need to address this as well. If by any chance you're somebody working at 343, this part of the video is directed specifically at you. I can take the grind. Some tweaks would be nice here and there, but I can take the way that it is right now and roll with it still. But I can only do that once, because doing this again on multiple accounts would be cruel and unusual punishment in my book. In OG Reach, I used to make Machinima, and I was desperately looking forward to Reach's relaunch on the MCC to make more. For the original game, I used several offline, modded profiles that had every piece of armor unlocked. Currently, the only way to unlock all of that armor legitimately is to play the game and grind. That is really unfortunate, and I would like to suggest a system similar to Halo 4 where guest accounts are able to use the armor that your main account has unlocked. It sucks that I can pretty up my Spartan into whatever character that I need, but I cannot do the same for guest accounts. The guest account should be an extension of my account. It should be an extension of my profile and what I have unlocked. Forget about the Machinima for a moment. If I have company who want to play split screen, the least that I could let them do is doll up their armor for the gameplay. I mean, come on, I'd really like to see this considered, because I know that there are others out there who are very interested in using Reach for that kind of thing that are going to be severely hampered because of the way that it's been set up. It's definitely not a priority, but if you guys have the time to maybe implement this, I would be grateful. And there's going to be people out there who say things like, well, just use PC, you can mod PC. I know that I can mod PC. I have a mod right now on my PC that enables all of the armor. But you know what PC doesn't have? Split screen. I don't like relying on other people to get shit done. That's just sue me. Well, as usual, that's all I've got time for today. I apologize again for my lack of consistent work. I promise we are definitely going to get started up again. For now, let's read some of your comments. I did promise it last week. Don't forget, if you want me to read your comment or answer your question, make sure to put it below with hashtag DaveRead along with the comment itself. Did you used to make videos with Black Plasma Studios, RB, and etc. way back yonder in time? I didn't really make videos with them, but I did voice the Monitor in Rise of the Spartans. Do you think Halo Infinite will be the new Halo 3? I think Halo Infinite will be Halo Infinite. I love me some Halo 3, but the past is the past, and we should be moving forward while still celebrating what made Halo what it was. So, as long as Infinite is a celebration and continuation of what made Halo great, then I am happy. What was your favourite vehicle across all of the Halo games? It's a toss-up between the Ghost and the Warthog. I'm not really sure which, but if I could choose a favourite Covenant and a favourite UNSC vehicle, then it would be the Ghost and the Warthog. What did you feel during Cortana's death in Halo 4? I was in support of it, to be honest, because it was written in a way that gave meaning and motive to the story as opposed to being, slapped on there for a shock ending. The shock itself came a few years later where Soccer Mum Cortana came back. Have you ever thought about doing something else besides Halo on the channel? I think about it constantly. I would really like to make a video about Destroy All Humans, but at the moment I am, as they say, terrified of the reaction that I would get. But yeah, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.